Hello my friends, and welcome to 2008 Infiniti EX35 review. I'm going to give you an overview of all the features of this car. We're going to take it for a quick test drive, and I'm going to show you the one super awesome performance modification. This might be the only EX35 in existence with it. You got to stick around to see that. Please consider a like, subscribe if you find any of this content useful. Really appreciate it. The VQ35, the mighty Nissan engine, some say, saved Nissan. Nissan was in some big financial trouble in the 90s. Came up with this high output 3.5. It's just a fantastic motor. They started putting it in everything. Maximas, Infinitis, including this thing, which was new for 2008. And this is a new model 3.5 liter V6. They claim 90% new parts, much higher redline, more horsepower. This one's rated at 297 horsepower at 6,800 RPM and 253 pound-feet of torque at 4,800. This is basically a G35 sedan, but a bit taller. You could say it's a G35 wagon, but it has a taller riding position. It's got roof racks, a more useful vehicle. This one has the four-wheel drive, Nissan's famous Atessa ETS, which essentially is a center differential. They can split the power front to rear. I believe this car drives in rear-wheel drive until it detects slip, and then it transfers power variably front to rear. So pretty good in the snow, rain, whatever you need. Certainly here in Calgary in the winter, you can have all sorts of problems. It's got a brand new interior for 2008. It's really nice. My friend had a G37 Coupe for a long time. It was a beautiful car. This has the exact same interior. Quite a bit different from the 2003 plus Infiniti G35s. Really nice center stack. I love the Infiniti clock. It's got a 7-inch screen, which you maneuver with this. This is the base model without navigation, but it's kind of outdated now anyways in 2023. Really cool light up gauges. It's got a 5-speed automatic, and you can do manual shift modes, and if you downshift, it'll rev match for the downshift, and if you put it in manual mode, it actually goes to sport mode, which is quite good. You've got snow mode, which I believe controls engine timing to prevent slip and modifies the traction control. This thing has drive-by-wire, so the throttle is connected to the engine electronically, so it sort of handles it. It's quite a fun car to drive. We've got heated seats. This seat actually had cooling seats put into it, which don't currently work, but wouldn't take much to get them going. Let's have a look at the engine bay. Oh, you are a lovely car. This car only has 76,000 kilometers on it. It's basically brand new. There it is, VQ35HR. Noticeable because it's got twin intakes off here. The previous VQ35DE had a single, bit less power. This engine is basically the 3.7, which they put in later versions of the EX, the EX37. And then I believe they changed the name to the QX50, which I believe was still pretty much the same car. This thing pulls great. This is a proper sporty engine. This car is basically a sports sedan with a wagon on it, and it shows. This thing handles great. I had a Hyundai Terracan I imported last year. That was an SUV. Handled like an SUV, big space like an SUV. This is basically a compact, well, it's not compact, it's like a mid-size SUV, but it's a sports sedan that you can actually use to put stuff in, because I know those G35 trunks are tiny. I want to show you the rear seat room. It's not massive, but the headroom is good, and the legroom is acceptable. It's got rear climate, so you get some air conditioning back there. It's in very nice shape. Let's show you the cool trick of this trunk, which I really like. We got this cool shade on here. And so I went to put my mountain bike in here, and I'm like, oh man, I got to lean all the way forward to get these seats down. Who could do it? Let's just push this button. Who press the button? It's actually kind of cool because, you know, in my BMW, you have to reach forward and really push them down. This thing does it for you. I love it. Should we take this thing for a test drive? Yeah, that's what Infinitis are all about, right? Driving. Let's go. As far as baby up, we've got a proximity key here. There's actually a little tiny space over here for it. Let's put it there so we don't lose it. Fires big boy up. Oh, it makes such a good noise, this motor. Yeah. Let's put up the windows. Quite a warm day today in Calgary, which I am not ever going to complain about, because it could be 20, 30 below before you know it. So really nice infotainment system here. We got this thing has, I believe, the Bose audio system in it. It's got a powered subwoofer in the trunk, multi-disc changer, lots and lots of, it's got 11 speakers in here, 2 subwoofers. It's really good. This stereo is awesome. I love it. We've also got our surround view, so it's got 4 cameras, so 2, 1 in each mirror, 1 in the front, 1 in the rear. They're fisheye, and the software renders and smooths it out, so when you're reversing, you can see all around the car. It is so cool. Lots of settings here. The control thing here works really well. It reminds me of iDrive. I think it's great. And man, the air conditioning blows so cold in here. Let's get this thing out for a ride. Man, that backup camera is so cool. So what's this car like to drive? Well, it's a sports sedan. It's not a hardcore sports sedan. The suspension is firm, but certainly not harsh in any way. I haven't got a chance to drive it particularly fast because I'm being very careful with it. But it's on the sportier side of comfort. The steering is very direct. Not many turns lock to lock, just like you'd expect from a sports car. But the sitting position is higher than the sedan, but not by much. It's enough that you feel like you're in an SUV, but it's certainly not low like a sports car. And there's quite a bit more cargo in the rear. And roof racks means, you know, you can put a ton of cargo on the top, put a big bag. Yeah, my sister was here visiting the other day with her Dodge Caravan. She had like this huge bag that went on the roof of the Caravan. There was so much stuff in there. Man, roof racks are really nice. Put your bike up there, put your Thule box. This is such a nice car to drive around. The 5-speed automatic, it's a torque converter automatic, and the shifts are pretty smooth. They're not lightning fast in sport mode, but that's not really the intended function of this thing. But man, you can hustle this car a lot. It's a fascinating vehicle. I really like the 35, the previous generation, and the G37 Coupe, and this thing is a really nice compromise between the two of them. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, this car's got a brand new windshield on it. I only had a 10-minute drive back from picking the car up for when it got truck transported here, and it took a windshield chip and broke the windshield. 10 minutes. Anyways, brand new windshield. And this car just passed the out-of-province inspection here in Alberta, which, if you don't know what that is, it basically means everything has to be perfect on this car. Everything. Every ball joint, tie rod, every light bulb, fog light, steering, exhaust, oil leaks, everything has to be perfect to pass it. And I had to replace some parts, do some lights and stuff. This car is in pretty good shape. Obviously, it's got very low kilometers. So let's do a quick 0 to, I don't know, 80 kilometers an hour. Oh man, pulls good. Yeah, this thing's great. It really, once you get over like 5,000, man, it really pulls hard. Great for highway merging and just general fun. This thing has got some legs on my 3 Series or 5 Series BMW. 297 horsepower. It's pretty good. You can run this on regular. It loses a bit of power. I've got premium in it right now. Runs great. It's a very nice car. Very nice to have air conditioning today. It's over 30 degrees Celsius. I wish I could keep this one, that's for sure. Really fun, actually useful. Putting stuff in there, great for winter. Reasonable family mobile. I mean, Infiniti just has a huge range of SUVs. Full size, medium size, smaller size. This thing is the sports car of SUVs, that's for sure. Pretty fast, but you know, has a regular V6 in it that you can actually buy parts for, not like some crazy twin turbo BMW. Check out a review I did on that. Anyways, test drive complete. Look at that, 76,000 kilometers. Love it. Now I'm going to show you the secret performance upgrade this bad boy has. Might be the only one ever. Now to the part with the secret performance mod that this may be the only one in existence with. Is it the 245 tires on here? No, it isn't. It's the fellow racing big brake upgrade that was put onto an EX35. That's a monoblock 4-piston caliper with its own 2-piece rotors, 13.8 inches. amazing. I mean, this thing stops great. But what's awesome about a big brake upgrade, other than they look cool, is, and they got a huge rotor surface, so you have more clamping force, is that they don't fade. So you could take this thing out to some track days, which you could totally do because this car handles great. It's just like a G35, right? And you wouldn't get fade. Anyways, a super awesome upgrade. It's a pretty expensive kit. I know you can get a G37 brakes on there too, but the Akabonos aren't red. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this review and the drive, and please leave some comments about your experiences with this car. This thing is great. I just love it. See you in the next one.